really sure why. Men like to huddle up and talk like girls. I'm not really sure why. There's a big reason why I stay to myself. But if there was ever a situation, holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Men are acting like children instead of impacting our children. Beefing on social media, but when they see each other, they still friends. Got animosity built in, but when the camera's off and they kill the lens, no shots taken, they'll make amends temporarily till they hate again. That jealousy is a daily trend. You got things to see, but can't take it in. Cause these sharks make it unsafe to swim, and supporters telling you to break a limb, and the Lord is telling you to pray for them. When you really just wanna go ape on them, when you really just wanna go Drake on them, and straight Draco them and lay the drapes on them. Pardon me for my honesty, really I prefer to stay drama free. I've been changed from the younger me, still I can transform like Bumblebee. I'm far from the norm, the anomaly. In my king's hands, he can't fumble me. They hot with me like the summer heat, but that's what I hear, they don't come to me. Holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Yeah. We living in the coldest world where men gossip like golden girls. I'm Ryan Gosling in La La Land. I'm composing art with these jazz hands. I got soul and heart like a jazz band. I hold no remarks of a has-been. I just throw them hard in the trash can. This ain't Noah's Ark. Who let the crabs in? People cold and hard like an avalanche, but like Jonah Ark, this their last chance. I can fold their heart like a bad hand, but if you score the mark, you a bad man. I can fold their heart like origami, cause dead talk, I'll ignore a zombie. They losing value like foreign money, cause they bad vibes was torn from me. I don't got time for these grown men. I have a hard time being my own friend. You want a yes man? Get a clone in, but be comfortable in your own skin. Sometimes I act a little slow just to learn some things fast, like a lot of grown-ups are in a clique, which reminds me of Adam Sandler's cast. We here and gone like a camera flash. I got a lot of gifts, I'm in Santa's bag. Yo, gossip sound like the Panda track, so forgive me if I don't understand the trash. Be careful who you speak to, cause you don't know who they talk to. That gossip gon' make a show, and you gon' pay for his walkthrough. Holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, yeah. Not really sure why. Men like to huddle up and talk like girls. I'm not really sure why. There's a big reason why I stay to myself. But if there was ever a situation, holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk to men and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Men are acting like children instead of impacting our children. Beefing on social media, but when they see each other, they still friends. Got animosity built in, but when the camera's off and they kill the lens, no shots taken, they'll make amends temporarily till they hate again. That jealousy is a daily trend. You got things to see, but can't take it in. Cause these sharks make it unsafe to swim, and supporters telling you to break a limb, and the Lord is telling you to pray for for them. When you really just wanna go ape on them. When you really just wanna go Drake on them and straight Draco them and lay the drapes on them. Pardon me for my honesty. Really, I prefer to stay drama free. I've been changed from the younger me. Still, I can transform like Bumblebee. I'm far from the norm, the anomaly. In my king's hands, he can't fumble me. They hot with me like the summer heat, but that's what I hear. They don't come to me. Holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. Yeah. Holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Just holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. Just holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. Yeah. Just holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out. But if you don't want to, then close your mouth. Yeah. Living in the coldest world where men gossip like golden girls. I'm Ryan Gosling in La La Land. I'm composing art with these jazz hands. I got soul and heart like a jazz band. I hold no remarks of a has-been. I just throw them hard in the trash can. This ain't Noah's Ark. Who let the crabs in? People cold and hard like an avalanche. But like Joan of Arc, this their last chance. I can fold their heart like a bad hand. But if you scold a mark, you a bad man. I can fold their heart like origami. Cause dead talk, I'll ignore a zombie. They losing value like foreign money. Cause they bad vibes was torn from me. I don't got time for these grown men. I have a hard time being my own friend. You want a yes man? Get a clone then, but be comfortable in your own skin. Sometimes I act a little slow just to learn some things fast. Like a lot of grown-ups are in a clique, which reminds me of Adam Sandler's cast. We here and gone like a camera flash. I got a lot of gifts, I'm in Santa's bag. Yo, gossip sound like the Panda track, so forgive me if I don't understand the trash. Be careful who you speak to, cause you don't know who they talk to. That gossip gon' make a show, and you gon' pay for his walkthrough. Holla, we can talk them in and we can work it out.
What's going on? A-Town to yo town. What's going on? This is Area 31. Check this. My name is Darnell Adams.
It's your boy Mark Griffin, partner.
And check this. Here at Area 31, we're always going to be about the faith, the culture, and most importantly, Mark Griffin.
We about the truth.
Guess what? 3 main issues, topics, all in one area. That's why we call it Area 31. So with the faith, we're going to hit you about church, ministry, all that comes with that. Culture, you know what? Music, entertainment, movies, and guess what? Culture is even in politics, so we're going to hit you with all that. Yes, and most importantly, Mark Griffin, what?
We're going to hit you with that truth, man. We got to hit you with that truth. So be prepared for it because it's coming, man.
So check this, man. How was your week, Mark Griffin?
Hey, man, my week was pretty good, man. It's hot outside, man, but I'm loving it. I think, fall is just around the corner, man. August is flying by, ain't it?
Hey, man, it's almost Christmas.
Boy.
It's almost Christmas.
I'm telling you, man, August. What about you, man?
Hey, my week was pretty good. Always on the grind, just excited. Hey, real quick, man, you know what? Y'all have watched and tuned in the first week, and we appreciate you. We truly appreciate y'all love and support, the messages, the DMs, man. You got any DMs or responses this week, Mark?
Yeah, actually, man, I got a couple of them, man. And a crazy thing about it is I got my cousin hit me up yesterday. He's like, yo, I got to get on that podcast, man. So I said, man, you got to come down, man. I said, we could do a phone call. He's like, no, I want to be in the studio.
Hey,
yeah, you got to come down, bro.
Hey, shout out to my daughter who's rocking with us this evening, this day. You know, Mr. Payton. Can you say what's up? There she goes. She said what's up to the people. You know what? She loves rocking with Daddy. So I appreciate it. Real quick, we got a shout out to our sound video dude. We'll just call him our producer. Shout out to him. Him and his wife, they had a event this past week. Man, me and Mark wasn't able to come through. But, man, they doing some dope, amazing things. And, man, one thing about me and Mark, we're always trying to attach ourselves to just some dope people. And I tell you what, God has blessed us with some dope people who's doing some dope things. So we really appreciate him and his wife, you know. So anything, Mark?
Yeah, man. So we'll definitely try to slide through, man, and make more of them. There's so much going on in here, man. I can't wait to come through and record.
Hey,
that's what I'm looking forward to, man.
Hey, you talking about recording? I know you was in the studio yesterday, bro.
I was, bro.
So let's dig into that real quick. Like, talk about your process of when you hit the studio. Like, how is that, bro?
Right now, the process is which for me, I like to go into the studio and be done. I don't want to go in there and just be kicking the breeze. Like, I don't want to hear a bunch of other music and stuff like that. Not unless you like you my boy. So if I'm in the studio with Threat, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to his stuff because I'm a huge fan of his. But if I'm coming in to anybody else's studio and I'm ready to record, I don't want to just sit around and listen to beats and stuff like that because I already got stuff prepared. So I want to get in there and record. And right now, I'm doing nothing but features and writing for other artists. So I like to get people's stuff back to them in a timely fashion. I think that's very, extremely important.
So just take me into the Mark Griffin mind frame. You go into the studio, say for example, I give you a beat. I got a hook. How do you go into the process of like, jumping on the track, writing your bars for it? Like, what's in your mind frame? Like,
If you already have a hook for it,
give me both. If I do have a hook and I don't have a hook, give me the mind frame.
So I go in. If you have a hook for it already, I go in and listen to what you're saying, and then I base my verse off of what you're saying. But I already like to have it prepared before I get there. That way, when I get into the studio, I'm not fumbling over stuff. I already know what I'm talking about. I already know what you're talking about. But then I do, like, which recently, I've had artists send me tracks and say, hey, can you come up with a hook for it too? So I'll still do that. I'll listen to a beat at home, and then I'll come up with the hook and the verse there, and I'll go to the studio and send it off to the artist. But you can't send me a trash beat. Like, it has to be on point. I tell people all the time now, like, a lot of times a good beat will already tell you a story before you even write to it. Okay. Before you even lay music on it, a good track will already have either soul in it. It'll make you feel like crying, laughing, reminiscing about something. The beat will already talk for itself.
So that gives you your inspiration right there.
So
that beat.
If they sending you a feature, that's key. Like,
hey, do you remember back in the day when a dude told you it was me and you? He took us in the office. I got some heat for you. He said, I got some heat for you, bro.
Trash. And I wouldn't say it back then. You know I wouldn't.
He said, I got some heat for you, bro. And we listened to that thing.
Bro, you just looked at me waiting on me to respond to him.
Hey, so are you at the point now where you tell people, like, man, I can't do this? Or would you hop on the track anyway?
I'll tell you it's trash.
Okay.
But I don't have to do that because you know that we filter it out with that email that we have. So we tell people, send the email to bookingmarkgriffin@gmail.com. That way, when I do get to hear it, we could just let them know through that email, yay or nay.
One thing you said is you go into the studio prepared. And check this, like, I've really learned this from you. Even though I don't do music, and even as we talk about this podcast, it's important coming into situations like this and prepared.
Right.
Like, you know what? Writing down some stuff that we're going to discuss, and I've learned that from you. Like, don't get in here just wasting time because time is money. Right. So when you get into these spots, go in there prepared, knowing what you're going to say, knowing what you're going to talk about. So when you get in there, you in and out, and people appreciate that. You know, so that's one thing I have learned and checked about you,
So I put you up on game too, though. For any artist that's going into the studio, have your stuff prepared. Because one, if you're going to a place where you're paying either by the hour or a flat rate fee, let me tell you, one, people don't want to sit there, and especially if your music is boring and you ain't talking about nothing. They don't want to sit there and engineer you and it's trash. So have your stuff prepared. And then two, if you're paying by the hour, you definitely want to have your stuff prepared because you don't want to be up there wasting time and wasting money. Have the right engineer with you too, because that's key too. You want to have the right engineer.
That's facts.
Not somebody who getting up and leaving in the middle of your session or texting or talking to somebody else.
No, I agree. Oh, so I got a question. We're talking about recording, studio, and things like that. So Tasha Cobbs, how do you feel about this? Tasha Cobbs had released a single, and she had Nicki Minaj on the track. Gospel artist teaming up with Nicki Minaj. What's your thoughts on that? And then you got like James Fortune who teamed up with Monica, and Kenny Jones teamed up with people. What's your thoughts about that?
I think it's the motive and the heart behind it. Like, I've got songs that with people that aren't necessarily Christian artists. I write songs for people who are not Christian artists. You feel what I'm saying? But I make sure I stay within, my limits of what I'm going to do. So as far as them teaming up with other artists, I don't know. I think it's the heart behind it. I heard that with the whole Tasha Cobbs situation that Nicki Minaj reached out to them. So what can you do about that?
What if Nicki Minaj reached out to you?
And did what?
wanted to do a track with you.
Well, we'll do a track, but it's gonna be a track where we talking about something.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
to do something.
Right. We ain't, you know, I'm not that type of guy I'm not an opportunist. I just don't jump on anything. I don't care who it is. So we'll definitely have to be talking about something with substance in it, not something that's degrading our people or our culture.
I agree. I think that's key for the culture too. As our thing is about faith and culture, I think that's so dope and needed, because I think back in the day, so many times gospel artists will push themselves away so far away from the culture, and it causes a division.
Yeah.
So I think that's so dope and needed. Like you said, not with everybody. You don't need to hop on everybody's track and do music with everybody, but certain times you need that in between, you know. So.
Yeah, you do. But I feel like if you, like, as a Christian artist, if you did songs with just a bunch of Christian artists, and then you have somebody who's not a Christian artist reach out to you, oh, I can't do that. How are you shining your light? How are you reaching somebody when you feel like, well, you're not labeled as this, so I can't work with you. But yet you go and clock in at a 9 to 5 with somebody who's Muslim or somebody who's Hindu or Catholic. But then when it comes down to this, you can't, man, come on, man.
A lot of times in the gospel community, they try to keep themselves in boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And like, oh, I can't go outside my box.
Yeah,
you know, but like you said, you go to the job, you go out to eat, you go out wherever you go, there's going to be people that's not Christian. So
what do you do with fruit that's in a box all the time?
True. Hey.
How are you bearing fruit and you box yourself in all the time?
That's true. No,
you ineffective.
I agree. Hey, first off, I just want to say, so our first official episode dropped on Sunday.
Yo, check it out.
You know, and we appreciate the love. I don't have messages.
Really? They were going in on you?
Hey, real talk.
Because you said a lot in that first episode. Hey, you did.
I had some people go in on
me, just you.
Hey, okay. Hey, you was going in too. Hey, but I've had some people hit me up with some long messages. And, man, we just because, I appreciate, see, I'm the type of dude, let me just say this.
That's what happened when you talk about politics.
Hey, I'm the type of dude, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, but I'm going to speak my truth. And here's the thing, with politics, you don't always have to agree, but I'm the type of dude, I might not agree with you, but I'm going to listen to you. Yeah. So many times, people want to always talk, but they don't want to listen. And that's the problem that I have with politics, is real talk. So I'm going to go here. I don't care, Mark Griffin. I had a dude hit me up in my DM, and it's pretty much about equality, right?
Yeah.
He says, of course, the Democrats, all they want to do is run the country, and they want to take away, they just want to run the country how they want, and they just want to rule things, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what this gentleman said, and we were talking, and he hit me up with a DM about the Vice President, Miss Harris, right? Mm-hmm. The Vice President, Miss Harris, he sent me a video. Possible Vice President. Sent me a video of Harris performing a same-sex marriage, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get you're a Christian. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, my problem with that is we pick and choose our battles in the Christian community. Why do we so many times put so much on the same-sex marriage? Why do we always go hard on that? And there's so many other different things and avenues, that people are dealing with, So what's your thoughts, Mark Griffin?
Well, first of all, hand clap to you, because now you're going to get another long DM message from him.
It comes with the territory.
You feel me? But no, I agree with you. We touch on stuff like we always try to point the finger at certain things, and then there are certain things that we don't want to talk about. But I feel like, what are you doing as a believer?
To help the situation.
What are you doing to make a change? And don't tell me you doing a Christian rap song. You feel me? Like, what are you doing to make a change out here in the world today in order for you to stand up and speak about certain things?
No, I agree. Talk about equality, man. What's your thoughts on equality? Because I couldn't help but think of kind of the same-sex marriage and things like that, but just someone, even though I might not agree with it, they're still humans. Mm-hmm. and they just need to be treated. And I think that's what Jesus did. God did. He treated everybody with love, regardless of their situation. You know what? This is not me, but I might be an alcoholic. And you know, when I need your love, man, to help me get over it. I might be dealing with drugs and whatever. I need some love from somebody instead of all this
That's
hate.
the bottom line, though.
You know?
That's the bottom line, though, bro. And I feel like that's why Christianity is being looked at the way it is, and people shun it. It's because as a whole, we do a lot of judging, bro, and we don't do enough loving. I feel like we don't really love it. We got opinions about everything. We got a comment about everything. Anytime something happens, oh, Biden picks Miss Harris. Oh, here come the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, here come, you seen that little Kermit the Frog meme when he just going in on his laptop? Like, that's us. Every single time, like, Christians have so many different opinions, but if you read the Bible, what Christ did was he just walked the earth and loved people. And the ones that he got on was the people that were in the synagogues, the people that were in the temples, in the churches.
So you talking about the people that was preaching and teaching.
That's what he gave it to them. He gave the business to them. Like, yo, you
know what's supposed to be right.
And you putting stuff on people that you can't even do yourself.
I agree.
You telling people to get right, but what about whoever has, he who is without sin cast the first stone. He said that to these people, and it was leaders that he was saying it to. So be quiet. You feel me? Like, be quiet. Stop. That's the problem. Social media gives so many people platforms.
Everybody got something to say.
Yeah. Shut up.
For real, man. For real. That's the way I felt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But that's the thing, though, man. And that's the thing. Like, I didn't even respond to the dude. Like, man, after he want to send me a message and, hey, brother, I love you, brother. And, hey, bruh, you like, man, yeah, we cool, but man, don't hit me with all that.
Yeah.
Don't hit me with all that.
Hey, this next DM, you better be ready for that one. That's gonna be a good one.
Hey, so question for you, bruh. Back in the day, did you listen to R&B?
Yeah. I had no choice but to.
Why you say that?
Moms used to always play R&B. Back with the tape deck, side A.
Hey, what type of stuff?
Okay, Luther Vandross, that was her favorite.
Okay.
So I know Luther Vandross stuff.
Okay.
She used to like Ruben Studdard. Mary J. Blige, that was one of No More Pain. Boy, she loved some Mary J. Blige. And then it was Silk. I don't know if you remember them. Silk. There's a meeting in my bedroom. Silk. I heard all
Drew Hill?
Drew Hill.
Are those the artists you liked?
I used to like Tyrese was one of my favorites.
Hey, Tyrese be trying to go in on the gram and stuff.
Hey man, he does. Tyrese was one of my favorites, and it's another singer I can't think of right now. But I like the different artists like Musiq Soulchild, India.
Musiq Soulchild is dope.
Yeah, I like India Arie. I used to like Jill Scott. Now Jill's left field, but you know what I mean. Yeah. What about you?
No, pretty much everybody you said. Drew Hill. I remember back in the day, Usher was that dude with that Confessions album.
Yeah. Oh, Whitney Houston. That was one of my favorites.
Whitney Houston. Okay, she was dope.
Yeah.
You know, the reason I bring that up because they say this week Monica is doing the verses with Brandy. An A-Town person right there for you.
So I'm all for Monica.
Brandy's Cali, you know, but I ain't gonna front. I like me some Monica. Who you?
I'm all for Monica, man.
Who you got in there?
Straight up. Monica.
Monica got I like Monica because Monica got like that hood to her.
Yeah, bro.
But she gonna sing some love to you. Like that's pretty
bro.
dope to me.
Yeah, they used to have an issue, didn't they? Like back
I think that's what's so dope about them doing this verses. You know,
man.
so I think that's really dope.
But this is one thing I couldn't figure out though. Why is it at 5:00 on Monday? Like,
is it?
I think so. Am I right about that?
You know, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I thought it. Let me see. I think it is.
Know, that might be. They said they doing it for happy hour or something. Huh?
Yeah, bro. Because I'm like, yo, what? That's different. Okay, yeah. August 22nd. Nah, that's old.
Yeah,
so
I think it's on the 24th. I don't know about the dates. I know they're doing it at Tyler Perry Studio though. You ever been there?
Nah, I haven't. I would love to take a tour of Tyler Perry's.
Let me ask you, would you do a play with Tyler Perry?
I would, but he would probably have to pay me just a little more to wear one of those wigs. Not for real though. Like I would love to do a Tyler Perry.
Side note: anybody that does not know Mark Griffin is like talented. Dude can do music, write poetry, and he can
plays Mr. Tyler.
He's a dope actor. Like, no lie. All I can do is be like Willie Moore and just be like a host. You know? But this dude right here.
Shout out to Willie Moore because he sing too.
Oh yeah, Willie Moore was that dude back in the. We're gonna get Willie Moore on this podcast too. What's up, bro? But no, real talk. Mark Griffin's a dope dude. You know, he can do all that. So with Tyler Perry, if you come across this thing, holla at this dude. Just give him an audition. I know he'll kill it.
Please, man, because I don't think he's doing Madea anymore, is he?
I hope not. No, Madea was okay. I ain't gonna front. Madea was okay.
Yeah. But I did get to see the farewell tour. It came here to the Fox, and I did get to see that.
How was it?
We were actually blessed with we were on maybe like the 7th row.
Oh wow.
Like, so we was really close, man. It was dope.
Was James? What's the
boy Verbal? Verbal blessed us with some tickets, man.
Hey, was the bald dude in Tyler Perry?
Brown.
Was it Mr. Brown in it?
Yeah, he was, man.
He been killing it. He's a dope dude.
He was, man. Though they are very gifted. Him and his wife, Tamala Man. They are very dope, very gifted. She sang at the play. Mm-hmm. Man, every time she sings, to me, it blows me away, man. Like, she really has, like, anointing on her. Like, she's dope, for real.
So, I guess this week, and I don't even want to talk about, like, the ins and outs of it, but Megan Thee Stallion, she kind of took to her IG about kind of what happened in her getting shot in the foot. Uh-huh. And I know you kind of just did a record. You're working on a record with kind of something similar to this.
Yeah. Shout out to the Alvin G. Davis Foundation.
And I know you're working on something like that. But I don't even want to get into ins and outs of it. But I just want to talk about just a woman using her voice in a situation like that. You know what? Because she talked about, I guess she was like, she kept her mouth closed because he was keeping his mouth closed, but then he went on his IG and went on radio shows and kind of was talking about the situation, so she caused her to open up her mouth. And I just want to talk about that, like women opening up their mouth, you know, in situations like that.
Oh, my bad. That Versus is 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, so 8 o'clock.
Eastern.
Okay, yeah. Cali terms.
Well, no, I mean, I keep seeing stuff about it where it's like, yo, what's the full story though?
Okay.
Because if you know,
I believe there's
people not getting her half of the story is just like, well, he shot me.
Yeah, There's 3 sides of every story.
Right. So like, what's the reason though that because I know he just didn't just like pop out. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Something had to happen. So I feel like really, let the media do what the media does, but I feel like
speculate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like people just until you know the full story, like don't even get involved because like it's like how do you go from this to just getting shot? No,
I agree. It's something that escalated it. But can we talk about just domestic violence for a second, though?
Sure. Definitely.
It's
not a one-sided thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know we have it happening to a lot of females out there, but the problem is it happens to guys too.
I agree.
Because we are men, it's not talked about. It's covered up, and because it's like we are taught show no emotion, man's not supposed to cry and things like that. So if any man was to come out and say something about that, more than likely he'll receive backlash. How you get beat up, bro? So
no, I agree.
It's happening.
Causes men to be quiet and shut their mouth.
It's happening on both sides, and I can tell you for real, like if it happens, like that's not love, man. I definitely have a song geared around that, man. That's not love at all.
What gave you inspiration? I guess that's a tough topic. Like, how'd you even? How was you able to even create bars for it? Because that's not even a gospel track, you could say.
Nah. But it is though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of stuff that Jesus would address, not this stuff that people talking about now.
I agree.
But I feel like people, you know people that it's happened to, and then you see it, you know what I mean, just all around you, where you have people trying to cover it up, men and women. And let's not just say like physical. There's verbal abuse happening. People's
Absolutely.
self-esteem is being killed in relationships.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? People are having mental breakdowns in certain relationships. So there's violence of all sorts. You know what I'm saying? So, but people will not talk about it because they feel like there's a certain loyalty to the other person.
Absolutely.
There ain't no loyalty. That's dead. You feel me?
But you know what? That's the same thing with, even though we don't know the full story, the same thing with kind of Tory Lanez and Megan.
Yeah.
It's some loyalty there, so she kind of felt keeping her mouth shut until he started speaking out. So
Well, listen. Even if you didn't want to speak out on something, get out.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
agree.
I'm not with the whole tattletelling stuff. I ain't from that. But what I can tell you is, if something ain't beneficial for you, and it happens and it continues to happen,
Move on.
you would be stupid to stay.
I
What
agree.
did Einstein say? To repeat the same stuff over and over but expect different results. That's insanity.
Yeah.
You insane for staying in a place where you know they don't really care about you.
I agree.
And it stems from a place of their self-esteem issues, what they could have dealt with growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't bring that here and use another person as a punching bag. And that's what I said in the song. Like, just because he can't swing, don't give her a free pass.
No, I agree. For
You
real.
feel me? Like,
Hey.
if you talking, just talk. Don't put your hands on me
Hey,
just
who
because you a
telling?
woman. You feel
Hey,
me?
women love that. Hey, hey, women love. Hey, women love that because they know a true man ain't gonna put his hands
So
on.
what you say?
Hey, we ain't laughing at it, but it's so true. Hey, shout out to all the brothers that understand. Shout out to all the brothers that understand that.
Whoa. I mean, it's not cool, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
not. But all the brothers that truly understand, that got a strong-minded woman, understand that
man.
one, boy.
Hey, man, it's a Tyler Perry movie all day long.
Hey, who you
But
telling?
I feel like there's the other side of it that's not being shown. You feel
Very
me?
true. Very. You talked about self-esteem. I couldn't help but think of, even we talk about, we're faith-based, church and just business roles, how so many people have self-esteem issues. And what I mean by that, by just, you have CEOs and you have pastors who always introduce themselves with their titles. How you doing? I'm Pastor Marcus.
Right.
And talk about that.
Wanting to feel important, I guess.
You know,
Wanting to feel important. Like, if I introduce myself, I'm Mark. I'm Mark Griffin.
who you telling?
And I know it's a couple of pastors that are just like that. Hey, just call me such and such. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that, man. And I think people, and that's the problem. A lot of people get into certain positions for the position and the title. You know what I mean?
And it's not even just pastors. We talking about just in general too.
Yeah, in general. Oh man, call me doctor. All this.
Man,
What's your name?
Hey,
What's your
for
name?
Real, for real. I don't care about that title.
I come from the rap world, so that's like you giving me your rap name. Like, it's like what Spider-Man said in Endgame, I believe. He's like, oh, we're using made up names. Okay, I'm Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's like to me. Like, if you come up to me and introduce yourself as Dr. such and such and such, what's your name? Because we not clocked in. We just talking. So I feel like, in order to have a personal relationship with people and be approachable, I feel like you need to address it, in a peaceful way, like in a down to earth way.
I think people need to let their titles live off of them.
Right.
You know what I mean by that? Like, if you're a pastor, somebody should be able to tell there's something different about you without you saying it. If you're a CEO, there should be somebody like, yo, the way this dude is carrying himself, I know there's people under him. So let your title live off of you. You don't gotta, go around and saying who you are. So that's my thoughts about it.
But listen, bro, that's why I really love Your Pops, because Your Pops is always on that tip. Anytime Your Pops goes somewhere or does something, he introduces us. And he talks highly of us. But there's a lot of people out there that introduce themselves and talk highly of themselves and talk about all their accomplishments, all their accolades, and I've done this, that, and the third. Bro, real folks don't want nothing to do with that.
I agree. I appreciate that about my pops. I think I have that as well. You know, I'm thankful for that he's given me that DNA, that gene, where it's not about you, you know, and you just you know, it's not about you, basically. Yeah. You know, so.
Most definitely. And shout out to my pops who's texting me your mama jokes right now. That's my pops. So.
Hey, I love your pops, too. Hey, his pops is hilarious, too. Shout out to Big Mo. Big Mo, what's up, man? Yeah. Hey, so this week, it is Kobe Bryant Day on 8/24. 8/24.
Still hard to believe.
Talk about Kobe, man.
Still hard to believe, man. Kobe is one of the greatest and will always be one of the greatest, man. I watched, because, you know, we grew up on Kobe. We grew up on Mike. So being able to watch those two play and how he learned a lot from Mike, man, like it was amazing to see. And to me, it just feel like, man, he's gone so too soon, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody so great gone. It
was shocking when he passed. Yeah, I will say that. So I grew up in California, as I tell y'all all the time. So that means I grew up. Golden State was garbage when I grew up, by the way.
They were, but
garbage.
Baron Davis was the truth, though.
I remember going to the arenas even before Baron Davis got there. I remember going to Golden. See, this is how you know you're a true Golden State fan. I remember going to the arenas when there was nobody there. I remember it was me, my dad, and my sister. We were on the lower level. Mm-hmm. This is how empty the spot was. Mm-hmm. There was a dude we knew on the top, in the nosebleeds.
Saints fans, listen up. Humble yourselves.
There was a dude in the nosebleeds and that yelled down to us, and we could hear him. That's how you know there was nobody in the crowd. So I went to those games where there's nobody back in those arenas, but I grew up a Kings fan, believe it or not, with Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, and I remember Kobe and Shaq used to come into the arena and just kill them. Wow. There was nothing they could do with them.
That Sacramento squad was the truth, though. Vlade Divac, Doug Christie. Woo! I used to love those guys growing up, man. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. Kobe, LeBron, MJ.
MJ, Kobe, LeBron, in that order.
MJ?
Right now.
Okay.
MJ. Now, I'm not saying that LeBron can't, you know what I'm saying, get there.
Okay.
LeBron is one of my favorite players. I tell anybody that. But the way I see it right now is MJ, Kobe, LeBron. And I still think LeBron has some game left.
So LeBron got, how many? He got 4, right? 3.
Mm-hmm.
How many would he need to get past Kobe and MJ?
More. Well, he need 3 more to tie MJ.
If he ties MJ, would you put him on the same level?
Yeah. Because he already breaking records that MJ hadn't, bro.
Can I tell you one dope thing why I put LeBron over MJ?
Why?
Not even basketball-wise. I'm talking about just absolutely.
Oh, yeah. No,
overall. Basketball-wise, he's not there with MJ. But off the court. Because, I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But when MJ was at the prime of his career, he wasn't doing the stuff that LeBron's doing.
But then again, on the other hand, social media wasn't as big then.
True. I agree. But at the same time, the newspaper was.
True.
No, but I'm just saying.
But were we reading the newspaper?
Okay. No, but you know what I mean, though. But like you would have heard about some of the stuff that they did, you know. So that's one thing I give props up to, LeBron, because LeBron, he got to school, he doing all that stuff for people in Akron. So I think that is so dope. You know.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Now off the court, I think that even though I just said what I said, I still feel like LeBron may be number 1. As far as like off the court things that he's done and just what he's having to deal with the whole shut up and play basketball type stuff.
That was crazy, man.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely I put him at number 1 for that because he's really making statements, and Michael and them, they didn't have to kneel during the national anthem and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I get out into it.
And when you say Black Lives Matter, I think that's what people that's where you can cover Black Lives Matter as well. Is when someone tells LeBron, shut up and just play basketball.
And he's the face of the NBA.
Shut up and just play basketball. That's why people say Black Lives Matter, because I can picture, someone on the job where someone's like, yo, I don't want to hear all that. Just work. Mm-hmm. So people can identify with someone.
Like them That's like telling Trump shut up and just be president. Because I mean, he's on Twitter a lot, right?
For real.
You know what I mean? So that's equivalent to saying, hey, you shut up and just sign something. You know?
No, for real. No, I'm with you. Hey, do you think there's going to be college football this year?
Wow. Some are shutting down. Others are still trying to play. Like the ACC
in the South.
Yeah, so Trevor Lawrence and them really wants to play. What's his name really wants to play up in Ohio? Your boy, Fields. He really wants to play. So, but I think a couple of them have already decided that they weren't. A couple of conferences. So, I don't know. I don't know how, because for the ones who get to play, who you gonna play? You just gonna play your conference or like?
Hey, they might have to, but there won't be no true champion.
Yeah, that'll be weak to me. I don't.
Hey, what's your college squad?
Georgia.
Since I live here, I rock with Georgia, but I'm always a Buckeye. Ohio State.
We make it to Bama and choke, like for the past 2 years, and I hate that.
I agree.
I hate that, man. Because
Ohio State, we don't, but you keep going.
You're Ohio State.
Keep going.
You're Ohio State.
If you're an elite program, you're an elite program.
Wait a minute. Didn't we beat Ohio State?
I don't know about
Didn't
that.
we play y'all?
No. You can Google that, but no.
I thought we played some.
No.
What are y'all, Big Ten?
Yeah. Did you beat us recently? I could be wrong, but I don't know about that. I don't think that's facts.
Okay.
I don't think that's facts.
All right, it was. I want to say it was a Big Ten team, but maybe.
I don't think it was. It was one of us, so it wasn't us. Hey, NFL squad, what's your team?
Falcons.
You think they're gonna be playing? I heard they doing no fans in the
stadium. Nobody want to play us. You made me use my voice like Bernie Mac say. Don't nobody want to play us, man. We got Gurley at home. We got Ridley. You know he gonna step it up this year. He's been having a great rookie season his first year in. Julio is unstoppable. And I think this year is Matt Ryan's year and Dan Quinn's year to prove
Is Matt
themselves.
Ryan that dude?
Is he that dude? Mm-hmm. He's a good quarterback.
Is he the dude? Is he that dude?
No, but he's got those dudes on his squad.
Can he get you a championship?
He almost did.
Can he get you a championship?
If he plays aggressive enough and put all that passive stuff he been doing, like one-arm sacks, nah.
Yes
bro,
or no?
I think this year would decide that. In the past, I've said
People.
no. I've said no.
People.
I've said no.
People.
I've even wanted them to bring Cam Newton here. I ain't gonna stunt.
People, I'm just asking a yes or no question. I can't get it.
Can he be the one to bring it? That's what you asking me.
Yeah, I know. I just want to
get. This year will be the year if he can prove that or not.
So can I get a yes or no?
If I say no, that means we ain't gonna win the championship this year. So I ain't gonna tell you no.
Hey, if you're a true Falcons fan, say yes.
I'm a true Falcons fan. Don't mean I'm a true Matt Ryan fan.
I remember y'all was like,
but shout out to Matt Ryan because he dumped 50 bands into the Atlanta community, man, with all of this stuff going on.
Before Drew Brees.
This was after Drew Brees made the dumb comment he made.
Yeah. No, I think, was it before?
It was right after Drew Brees made the dumb comment
Talk about that.
Yo, Drew Brees had his own teammates kind of like, yo, bro.
What did he say? What did he say again?
He was like he would never support, basically, I guess, anyone who would kneel.
Oh, during the national anthem.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he had to backtrack because he talked about grandfathers going to war and fighting for the country and stuff like that. Bro, that's not what we talking about. That's not the issue at hand. You feel me? So he had to backtrack with that, and then like after that, maybe like a week or so after that, that's when Ryan dumped 50,000 into the Atlanta community.
Yeah, and Drew Brees talk about people kneeling. See, and this is what people don't realize. Back in the day, black people used to go fight wars, and they used to come back, and guess what? They had to worry about black side and white side. There's certain stuff they still couldn't do. So when people kneel, like, and they talking about the flag, man, come on now. It's bigger than that.
They don't know what we're talking about. They don't understand it. That's why when you say stuff like Black Lives Matter, it's like, all lives matter. They don't know where you're coming from.
Man, that's crazy.
They haven't had to experience what you've experienced as a black man.
That's crazy to me, man. So James Harden is balling right now.
James Harden balls every year.
LeBron was balling this week. Did you catch him?
LeBron, I've been watching the Lakers game. LeBron is
he's on another level right now.
and he's got Magic Johnson in him. So he's like he could give you the assist or he could give you the points. Which one you want? I still think he can get better with his outside shooting though.
I agree. I give you that.
I really do. But AD, you got AD there to do whatever he's gonna do in the paint. AD is a 7-foot shooting guard to me because I mean he could run the floor like he's 6'2", 6'3", and get into the paint with no problem.
I agree.
That's what people are having an issue with.
I agree.
If he wasn't there, LA wouldn't be nowhere near.
Hey, the Clippers were balling this week. What's his name? Not PG.
Of course not PG. PG. What did Chuck say? What did Charles Barkley say? He was like, "You can't call yourself playoff P." He's like, "That's like him calling himself championship Chuck."
He ain't did nothing.
Nah,
he ain't did nothing.
And they without Pat Bev too, man.
He's crazy on the court.
But they gonna win this series though, of course.
Yeah. What? Jason Tatum balling too though.
Yo, I was just looking at the score. It looks like Boston's about to take the sweep from the Sixers, which I've been saying the Sixers just ain't got it, man.
What they need, man?
The Sixers need another wingman.
I agree.
You got rid of Redick. You got rid of Jimmy Butler. And so all you basically have is Simmons and Embiid, and Embiid is just full of himself. Man.
See, they're one of those teams where...
It's over, man. 11 seconds left.
They're one of those teams where they are like... They're too good to tank.
Mm-hmm. They stuck.
Yeah.
And Al Horford.
Because no free agent's going to come there. And the only way they're going to get a decent, real good role player is by the draft.
Why did Jimmy Buckets leave?
I don't know. Why did he?
I feel like he thought they were too soft.
I can see that. Especially Embiid. Yeah. They're missing a Jimmy.
He would have been helped them by now.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
He would have been helped them. You need somebody aggressive like that on your squad. And I'm saying Embiid is good, but you need more than that.
Dennis Rodman is who made the Bulls
aggressive.
He kind of brought everything together because, of course, MJ was going to do that, but Rodman did all the dirty work.
He did.
And kind of gave them what they needed.
The foul trouble, all that. That's what the Sixers are missing. They missing somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tobias Harris is still over there, right?
Yeah, he ain't doing that. Well, I mean, he was doing okay, but they weren't really.
Well, you need way more than that to come out the East.
Yeah.
Because you're getting swept by Boston, who doesn't have Hayward.
True. I agree. So let me ask you this. You've been preaching the series.
Yeah.
He been preaching the series.
What you think about the series, bro? Because you always got jokes.
Hey, people. It's garbage. No, just it's a dope series. I don't even want to. I just want to. What made you talk about forgiveness? He's doing a series on forgiveness, and whenever he gets up, he don't preach every Sunday, but whenever he gets up, he been doing a series on forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
What talk about it? I mean.
I think, one, I know God has been dealing with me about forgiveness. So that's kind of like, that's the start of it. And then just pointing out everything that we're dealing with as a race, as a country, and as a church. I feel like we need to be able to forgive. We need to be able to stand up on the front line. It's not easy. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like we need to lead the country into a change. You feel me? And that's where it starts. It starts at the church. So that's why I'm coming from Matthew 18, talking about forgiveness and just the whole parable of the king forgiving the servant and how the king came to settle accounts with the servant, not the other way around, where the servant needs to settle accounts with the king, because that's what we used to. Mm-hmm. We used to the people who have wronged us coming to us and saying, yo.
That's the easy thing.
Right. But will you be the bigger man to say, hey, I'm going to come to you and say, even though you were wrong, I'm going to come to you to settle this account. So that's why you got racism going on. Hey, even though you wrong, let me settle this with you.
I agree.
You feel me? We got hate crimes going on. We got people in leadership making stupid comments and remarks. Hey, how can I settle this with you? You feel me? I'm not wrong, but let me be the bigger man and so that's where that's coming from. Anybody who knows how to pull those videos down, those live videos down and post them to like IG, man, please let me know, because I've been fighting with that for a minute.
No, but he's been bringing that dope word lately. Like you said, my pops, I appreciate him. He's been giving me, Marcus, and another dude, Neil, just opportunity month in and month out, and we've just been able to grow.
Yes, sir.
Within this whole pandemic.
You up this week, ain't you?
I am. I'm up this week. This coming up Sunday, so we'll see. You know, maybe I'll do a series on forgiveness.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's been the dope thing about kind of my pops. He's just been stepping aside. We talked about John Lewis, the first episode, and I think that's what my pops has did. He stepped aside and just given us opportunities. You know, so
yeah. Shout out to Pastor Mike for that.
You know, so it's just been dope, man. So definitely. How much more longer you gonna go on the forgiveness series, brother?
Well, you know, I think you are finishing out the month.
Mm-hmm.
So I might not be back up until like October. Really though, because September is like my birth month. Okay. So I'm just try to like cool out for the month of September if I can.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. So, are you saying we're giving it another series, or we're not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I ain't done.
Okay.
That's about chapter 18. We got to go, man.
Amen. Okay.
I can't just leave it like that.
Okay.
I ain't even got into the whole parable yet.
Whoa, goodness. Okay.
Whoa. we breaking it down. That's how Neil be doing on Wednesday Bible studies. Shoot, why? That man Neil been in the Book of Numbers since January.
You stupid. Shout out to Neil, man. What's up, man?
Shout out to Neil.
No, but yeah, this is episode 3 right here, man.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Anything else, Mark?
Hey,
real quick, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say, man. So listen, we are definitely gonna be getting some guests in here too, man, to kind of join in on the podcast, man, to talk about what they do and business. Like I said, we've had people reach out talking about getting on to the show. So listen, if that's something that you would want to do, send us a message, man, and let us know, you know, about your business or, you know, about something, you know, a business that you want to start up, a business that you already have, or anything that you're doing as far as like your gift or your talent. Let us know, man. We love to chit chat with you and possibly get you on.
Or if you got some topics you want to hear our thoughts about, shoot it in our DM. We ain't scared to touch on topics. So
we not.
Holla at Mark Griffin, you know how we do. We need that inspiration at the end, brother. Give me something inspirational for the people. It's on you this week,
man,
brother.
Let me see. Oh, so you want inspirational tip. All right, so just to keep y'all aware, like I was talking to my brother yesterday, Threat, and he was giving me a lot of information about this whole COVID thing and wearing the mask thing. So I just really want to encourage you, man. Like I've been saying for the first couple episodes, man, take care of you and yours, because this stuff is getting serious, and there has been a plan that's been implemented into the communities, into these neighborhoods. And if you're not reading the Word of God, you got to get into the Word of God, man, to understand what he talks about as far as as it pertains to the last days. So I say, get into your word, know what's going on. Don't just take people's word for it. I know that the media put stuff out there that sounds good, but one thing my bro Threat told me, he was like, it's all a marketing ploy. It's all a marketing tool that they're doing for a lot of the stuff that's happening right now. So do your research, pray about it. But don't just follow everything that you hear and everything that you're told on social media, on TV, man. Use wisdom.
Amen. Hey, Area 31, you already know. We appreciate you rocking with us.
Yeah.
Go like, share, follow us. Until next time, Mark Griffin, what we want you to do?
Hey, man, we want you to stay prayed up. And what else we want you to do down there? Because you just threw it in.
Hey, we want you to what?
Well, we want you to stay prayed up. What else you want me to tell? No, you said until we get back, we need all of y'all to talk amongst yourselves. This is Area 31 TV.
We out. Peace.